Lawyers for former WWE and TKO executive chairman Vince McMahon have called Janel Grant's motion to strike claims in the ongoing lawsuit against McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and WWE the height of hypocrisy as the latest developments in the lawsuit take place. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. And the biggest story this evening regards the ongoing lawsuit involving Janel Grant, Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and WWE, because the Vince McMahon side has made a new filing opposing Janel Grant's motion to strike McMahon's initial response to Grant's lawsuit. Now, among other things, the new filing alleges that Grant's motion to strike is, quote, meritless and the height of hypocrisy. The motion to strike was made in response to McMahon's motion to compel arbitration, which was the first formal response from McMahon to the original lawsuit. Now, the new McMahon filing in response to it, dated May 13, is as follows. It says, quote, Defendant Vincent K. McMahon respectfully submits the memorandum of law in opposition to plaintiff Janel Grant's motion to strike, filed on April 24, 2024. This is what the preliminary statement says. It says, quote, Plaintiff's motion to strike is meritless and the height of hypocrisy, having falsely accused defendant in a public forum, despite an obligation to arbitrate, in the inflammatory 67-page complaint that completely disregards the mandate of Rule 8A2 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. Plaintiff now seeks to strike the preliminary statement of the memorandum of law in support of defendant's motion to compel arbitration on the purported basis that it is too inflammatory. Plaintiff fails to demonstrate, nor could she, based on the standard, that this court should use its inherent power, a power that must be exercised with restraint and discretion, to strike a preliminary statement providing context to a motion to compel arbitration. In addition, motions made under Rule 12F, on which plaintiff relies, are rarely granted, and the rule is inapplicable here because defendant's preliminary statement is contained in its memorandum of law, which is not a pleading. Even if the court were to invoke its inherent power, and even if Rule 12F were somehow applicable, the motion should be denied, as the preliminary statement, including the pertinent factual statements within it, provides relevant context to the motion to compel arbitration. First, plaintiff's motion is based on the misguided premise that the court should exercise its inherent power to impose sanctions, a power that courts must take pains to exercise restraint and discretion when yielding, and is reserved for bad faith abuses of the judicial process proven by clear evidence by striking defendant's preliminary statement. It should not be exercised where a defendant submits a brief containing pertinent background facts that the plaintiff purports to find offensive. That power is reserved for bad faith litigation abuses. Plaintiff cites no precedent, nor could she, for a court to invoke its inherent power to strike a preliminary statement for including pertinent background facts. Second, recognizing that the court should not invoke its inherent power here, plaintiff relies on an inopposite cases brought under Rule 12F of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, which allows a court to strike immaterial or scandalous allegations from pleadings. Not only are Rule 12F motions viewed unfavorably and rarely granted, but the rule is inapplicable because defendant's preliminary statement is contained in its memorandum of law, which is not a pleading. Even if the court were to entertain the substantive merits of plaintiff's motion under Rule 12F, which it should not, plaintiff is required to demonstrate that the preliminary statement has no bearing on the issues in the case. She cannot do so. The preliminary statement provides necessary background and context regarding the parties' consensual relationship and the circumstances under which the agreement was entered. For example, although plaintiff quibbles with the term fiancé, plaintiff claims that attorney Brian Goncalves was actually her ex-fiancé. The fact that plaintiff was living in a luxury multi-million-dollar building with another man during her entire relationship with defendant is relevant context to the validity and enforceability of the arbitration provision, which defendant bears the initial burden of showing. There is no basis to strike either the entire preliminary statement or any sentence within it simply because plaintiff doesn't want those facts known to the public. Plaintiff chose to violate the parties' explicit agreement to preserve the confidential and private nature of any dispute that may arise by commencing this lawsuit. Ignoring her obligations to keep the nature of their relationship or the dispute private, the complaint unnecessarily includes private sexual text messages from defendant without including any of plaintiff's responses to the text, responses which are equally and often more aggressive and provocative than defendant's communications, and show not only that the relationship was consensual, but also that in many instances the plaintiff was the initiator. Indeed, while defendant no longer is in possession of the text messages between the parties as he deleted them when he broke off the relationship, the discovery in this case will show that plaintiff sent him sexually explicit images of herself and texted him to say, among other things, and this is a list of bullet points, that she was in love with him and he was the love of her life, that he was her best friend, that she wanted to have sex with him, and providing graphic detail, that she fantasized about being held down, enjoyed being in pain, and wanted rough sex, that she wanted defendant to watch her have sex with other people and know about her sex with others, that she wanted defendant to give her thousands of dollars for clothes, plastic surgery, and other gifts, that she wanted to have a future with defendant even after signing the agreement, and that she wanted defendant to keep living in the same building so she could continue to see him even after signing the agreement. Plaintiff sent messages like this to defendant throughout the entire duration of their relationship, including through the time they signed the agreement in January 2022. Plaintiff presumably still has all of these text messages, but she did not include them in her publicly filed complaint because she wanted to paint a distorted, false picture. It is indeed astonishing that after filing her highly scandalous complaint, which omitted the truth about her own conduct, plaintiff now takes issue with purported mudslinging and vicious falsehoods attacking one's moral character in defendant's motion to compel arbitration. Plaintiff cannot have it both ways, and her motion should be denied for these reasons and those set forth herein. So certainly, again, this is a developing story, and it would appear, again, that McMahon has filed this in response to the motion to strike. Now, it goes on to list a summary of more reasons, but that's really the main gist of what's being put in there. It does end with this conclusion saying, quote, "For the foregoing reasons, defendant respectfully requests that plaintiff's motion to strike be denied." Of course, as I mentioned, that was in response to the first initial response from Vince McMahon's side regarding this lawsuit. Of course, prior to this, the latest developments were from the John Laurinaitis camp, saying that he was siding with Vince McMahon in terms of the responses to the allegations made against him, as well as Laurinaitis and WWE. Of course, if we get any more updates on this in the future, we'll let you know in a future video. But what are your thoughts on the latest development when it comes to this lawsuit? What do you think the outcome is going to be about it? Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comments section below. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.